and welcome to the third episode of the Backdoor podcast. We're joined again by Nelson Espinal and from LakersPulse.net, as well as, of course, Jamie and me, Clayton. So, lot to seem to happen in the past, day or so.
Too much.
Yeah. The Phoenix game. Let's talk about that real quick. Kobe was out. Anthony Brown in. Anthony Brown. He kind of like just disappeared at times.
Yeah.
Later in the game, he started to pop up more, but yeah, I don't think the game was as impressive as everyone was going on about Twitter about it.
I just think the Suns are bad.
Yeah, exactly. I think that we played decent ball, but if we played that same way against any other team, we would have been probably down by 10.
Yeah.
I think we were shooting below 40% for the first half, and that was when we were up by 25,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. So, yeah, I wasn't wildly impressed. We got the big lead and whatnot, but it was just a lot of just us playing against a really bad team right now.
Yep, really bad team that's given up.
Yeah. Got a few notes. Lou looked good. He balled out.
6 of 7 from 3 last night.
Yeah. It's nice having someone that's space the floor, which I think he's shooting a career high this year.
I believe so. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's good. Like I said, Anthony Brown looked meh. Just kind of not there. I was glad that he got time, because did he get like 30 minutes last night?
Last night he played 30 minutes. Yep.
Yeah. So twice as much as Randall, which we'll get into later. Yeah. One thing I do definitely want to comment on is we all love Jordan Clarkson. I still don't know if he's a starter on a good team. I think we've talked about in the past that he might just be a really good six-man.
Yep, that's where I have him.
If one thing I think he needs to improve at is stop being so down on himself. There was a play, I didn't write it down. I think it was in the first quarter. He got in transition and Hibbert was trailing and he threw a pass behind his head and it got stolen. Or actually, I think it just was way off. Like he was trying to imitate D'Angelo or something. And you see the camera pan, back to Phoenix's side of the court, and as you see that, you see him hands on his knees, head down, just like upset with himself. Problem with that is he was last back on defense. So I'm glad that you're.
He doesn't have to play defense.
Yeah.
No one does.
Not on this team.
Randall does.
Yeah, and D'Angelo.
Yeah.
See, even though we have a defensive coach, I mean.
Oh man. Before we get into, of course, the whole Byron thing.
Yeah.
I think the thing, other than what happened after the game and the fourth quarter, I think the thing that pissed me off was the third quarter. We didn't get any subs. I don't know how many times you mentioned it. No subs until 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Like, those guys look dead. Like, energy guy, Larry Nance, dead.
Even the only sub was Bass for Hibbert. The only sub all quarter.
Yeah. Just like, come on, bro. Seriously? Like, you're going against their backups, and they're making a run on you,
Yeah.
And then it got into the whole fourth quarter mess, and it wasn't the whole fourth quarter when they made that comeback. That was not just on D'Angelo or Julius or even Huerta, who was atrocious. That all started in the third quarter.
Yep. Last 2 minutes of the third, or last 3 minutes.
Exactly. They had at one point they had a 34-12 run. Like,
Yep.
but blame it on
D'Angelo or
It's-
Julius.
Oh, Julius, yeah.
So, as you can tell, we're not super happy with that game. It was a win, but
20-point win. We should all be happy, but
yeah,
yeah,
I think I've seen I don't know how many times, and I've listened to like 3 or 4 podcasts already today. So many people are just so pissed.
yeah.
They're just like, we should be happy. A 20-point win, we should be all happy. But no, of course, Byron has to go and screw things up.
Yep.
And this is where I'm just gonna let you talk, Jamie.
Let me find the.
You were
quotes
going to
really
town on
quick.
there.
Yeah. Luckily, you just tweeted some of them at me.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that happened today.
Yeah. Those were from today. Do you have the quotes from last night by any chance?
I don't, but I can look them up real quick. But there was just I think that there was a few okay. The main one was the disrespecting the game.
Disrespecting the game. That's the one
Yeah.
that got me.
That one I was just like, you're serious? Like, you're going that route?
Said it with a straight face and.
Yeah. And then it led to Julius not playing defense apparently,
Yep.
even though no one was playing defense. Yeah,
But he credited Nance's energy and effort, and then in the same breath said that Randall had none, even though he was on a 37 rebound for 36 pace last night.
Oh yeah, no, I want to say he had 12 boards in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I want to say
29 maybe.
Yeah, maybe 27. I want to say that,
Just-
but it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
You're talking crap about this young kid not having energy, and he grabbed 12 boards in 15 minutes.
Yep. And the biggest offensive rebound of the game completely stopped one of the Suns' big runs in the fourth quarter.
It was
Yeah.
stupid. And then he went after Russell again on his
I didn't see
defense.
the ones after Russell. I didn't see those.
Excuse me.
I was going to bed when I saw the quotes last night, and I'll do one more Twitter refresh before I put my phone down.
Yeah,
And I saw those, and
he just said that like he's improved, but he's still not there. Well,
of course he's not. He's 19 years old.
but I know, but he's still our best defensive guard at this point. It's pathetic. Like, you have Lou Williams out there who's a traffic cone,
Yep.
and Jordan, who looks like he's got all the tools. He's like, and it's not even a motor issue with him.
I don't know if he just doesn't know angles.
Yeah.
Maybe just undisciplined. Something he does reach a lot, I've noticed. But it's on ball, which is confusing. Like, if he was having off-ball issues, I could understand it, but
yeah, because
he's blown by a lot.
That's a lot of like what Julius and D'Angelo suffer from is the off-ball stuff.
Yes.
D'Angelo is actually really good on ball.
Very good on ball, yeah.
I don't quite pay attention as much to Randall on-man defense, because I get more pissed about D'Angelo not being on the floor than anyone.
Yeah.
But last night it just was ridiculous. If I didn't have other things I had to do after that, I would have watched the encore and just would have been like, well, screw you. But Drew Garrison of the Silver Screen and Roll, he did
Great piece today.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I saw a few comments.
Mm-hmm.
I was out doing errands when he posted it, but he said that in a short time span he gave up 9 points all to himself in the fourth quarter, mainly because
To Ledovich, I believe, right?
Yeah, but I think that's a lot of it was just ball watching.
It was. He was losing them off ball. He gave up 2 threes. And
I mean,
like an and one or something.
That's on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's on him. I know people went after Drew. I saw a few of the Silver Screen and Roll people were defending Drew, and Drew took it. Drew knew what was going to come.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I said, I didn't read it, but from everything I saw from other people, it was a good piece. And
it was very well done. It was a fair, which is all you really want.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to be,
Yep.
Fair. It's just so frustrating. Like, you've got these two guys that like I said, I don't know if Randall is as good as D'Angelo on ball, but both of them suffer from it. But like, you can't in the same breath say that they're bad at defense, and then like you're still starting Lou
and playing him 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah, or
really anybody but Hibbert.
Yeah, it was just you were going off last night. It was.
Yeah. I wasn't happy.
It probably would have been a very bad as in good podcast. That was just terrible. That was terrible. How is this guy still coach? Like, it just keeps going on, on and on. Like, how is the guy the coach?
The only two things I can think of is he's the family aspect. Jeannie doesn't want to get rid of him. He's family, and maybe a thought that they don't have anything better, so why not?
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, I couldn't see Phil Pressey being much better, or
exactly
not Madsen, but it's just
the thing is, if they let the young guys play, I don't care what the record is. Like,
I know, and that's the whole thing. Even we'll get into a couple minutes. One of the questions from the roundtable. But if you play the young guys, I don't care if we lose by 20.
Nope.
If they're out there learning and showing signs of development.
Yep.
Pincus always says that they're showing development, and they are. But to what point of it is Byron, and what is it just doing?
And how much further would they be if they had more freedom?
Exactly. All right. Let's take a quick look at the outline. I went back and got off track a little bit.
I actually think that that one of the reasons that Byron is still coaching is really, like, not to sound like supporting of my article that I wrote about tanking, but I honestly do think that they are tanking at this point. Like, you can find literally a better replacement, like, around this neighborhood. It's not even close. Like, you can hire. I rather prefer Madsen. I don't know if he'd be that much of an upgrade, but I mean, anything's really better than Byron. He wouldn't say these bad quotes. Like,
I mean, even
confidence.
Even if it was Madsen, which I don't think would be very great, he at least could be a puppet.
Yeah.
Like, the front office should be like, hey, just don't screw up the young guys. Like, just let them run basic stuff.
Playground ball.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it would probably be better than what we're doing. We're not even running the Princeton anymore.
No, I don't even know what we're doing. Giving Hibbert the ball at the 3-point line and running around in circles.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't even do that though. Like, it's just, we all like Nazir Lim, one of the guys I talked about in the last podcast. He has this picture that he stole from one of the Lakers that got hacked, where it had everyone in this corner and then Lou over here, which is true.
Yeah.
It's only ISO, or everyone is just on one side. There's no spacing. Like,
literally, the only offense that they run is Russell. He calls for a pick, and then he does a little pick and roll thing, and then he, like, kicks it out, or he takes it up himself, or sells for a mid-range jumper. That's really the only offense I've seen.
That's why the offense is like 25 points better or whatever with Russell on the floor.
Yeah, I loved that stat.
Yep.
That was just like, I do have to say, Jordan looked a little bit better last night.
He did. First game actually playmaking all year.
Yeah. That was good, because if he is to become a starter on a good team, he needs to keep that. He can't let that. He can't put that to the side.
At least around 4 assists, maybe 5, depending on the freedom he has with Russell, because Russell could easily be a double-digit assist guy.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially if we have got people that can, catch the ball.
Yeah.
All right, well, Byron is a jackass. So
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
let's well, we're not going to try and go too terribly long tonight. So let's get to the roundtable questions.
All right.
We've got the first question was directed to you, Jamie, and you had them come to the YouTube. Is Richard Anoa, I want to say. Who do you see as the next head coach?
Oh, I think they're going to go really hard at Walton. He fits all of current management's criteria, being part of the pass, part of the whole family there, played with Phil Jackson, all that. I think he's going to be the number one target. I don't know if he'll come here because he's probably going to get a lot of good job offers. Other than him, I don't think there's anyone definitive that they might go after yet. I know who I would like, and we've talked about that before, but I just don't know where the Lakers are thinking right now. But
Yeah.
definitely Luke Walton's going to be a hard push for them, I think.
Yeah. Who do you think, Nelson? And I think this is more of just who do you think they will go after instead of like of who we think are options? Because even though it was a bad look for Hornacek, he's even a possibility. Because I think that personnel and management and everything has just totally screwed everything up.
Yep.
So I don't know. Who do you think, Nelson?
I think D'Antoni. I'd make a hard run at D'Antoni. I don't think he'd come back, but I'd seriously make a hard run at him because I think him and Russell that'd be magical. Or that, or a college coach, someone who can implement a college offense, an actual offense, so that D'Angelo can run and the other young guys can run. That's really it. I don't really see anyone in the NBA. Maybe I think they should go young for a college coach. That'd be my number one option.
Yeah. I think it's Walton. All signs point to him. I keep seeing so many people are like, Tibbs.
No.
Tibbs, in my opinion, he would have been head coach by now if he wanted to be the Lakers head coach.
Yeah. Or if the Lakers wanted him. We don't even know if they.
Yeah. Or that exactly.
Yeah.
Like he has made like his own little tour around the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell me that if he was offered the job that he wouldn't take it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's 30 teams in the NBA. There's only 30 of these jobs. Like who's going to be fired next year?
Yeah.
Like you can look at Hornacek and Phoenix. Obviously, I think LA is firing Scott. I mean, I know.
They have to.
Yeah. Trying to think. Like I can't see New York canning Fisher.
Maybe if Phil leaves, there's some talk that Phil might want out because Dolan's not letting him
maybe
make the decisions.
Talk about a jackass, that guy.
Yeah.
Like I think Lakers fans have this ridiculous notion that Phil was going to get us a championship that year.
Yeah.
I don't think they were going to, but they love him as they
should.
Yeah. I mean, he won 5 championships with us, but man, yeah. Watch, he'll end up back in Lakers front office next year.
I think he will.
If that happens, I mean, he's done a good job.
Yeah,
anyway,
better than I thought.
Yeah, same here. I mean, and they're not even running a full-time triangle, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess I think the best option would be, or the guy that they'll push after is Walton.
Yep.
But he's young. He hasn't screwed up. Like
exactly.
That's the thing. Everyone's saying, how much is he doing in Golden State?
According to the players, though, his in-game adjustments are really good, which
exactly.
Coach Byron doesn't make any of those.
I know. So yeah, because he's just standing there with his arms crossed, not doing anything. he's young, so he'll grow with the young guys.
Yep.
He even if he tweaks Kerr's system a tad bit, I don't see them like going anything but the fast-paced offense.
Which they should with his team. Randall and Russell open floor is unstoppable.
I mean, even put Brown like at the 3 where his normal spot is, but like even in the future he'll be good if you're not worried about him. I'm slightly starting to worry.
I'm starting to worry too. He looks overwhelmed.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see because Kobe could be out against Golden State on tomorrow.
But we shouldn't worry.
Yeah, I think we should start to worry if he doesn't start showing signs. It might be after the All-Star break that he just might finally start getting it. Also, we have to take into account last night, he had played 3 games in 3 nights.
Yep.
So, because he had not only played last night, but the previous night he had played in the D-League.
Was that home, or was he on a plane flying around the country also?
I don't know. I didn't look that up. I just heard it. I want to say from the guys at Lakers Outsiders.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it was just him being tired, and that, I don't know. That's why I keep saying that we need a 3.
Yeah, we still need one.
Yeah. So. Okay, so I think we all agree on Walton or some young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would say on the Lakers coaching situation, I don't know if anyone should really come here. Because it's not an easy place to be. High expectations. The fans, they jump on everything. And
I think that, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think that actually, though, is a great reason why to bring Walton in.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
He's from. I'm not saying bring him back because he is a Laker guy. I hate that. I don't care.
But the front office does, which is why I think they'll go after him.
Exactly. I think because he's played here. He's won championships with us. And he's in the toughest spot in the league right now.
Yeah, he had to succeed this year. More than any other place. He had to succeed.
Does he have incredible players around him?
Yep.
But they just won a championship. But are they 31-2 now? Or regardless, they're only 2. They only have 2 losses, and one of those was without Steph. So
yeah,
he's. They've got title. They want to win back to back, and they're on a pace for like 76 or 77 wins. I think he'll start sitting people.
Yep.
Especially
hopefully tomorrow night they sit a few people.
Yeah.
Still gonna lose. Come on, guys. No chance.
We'll still lose by 20.
40.
20. True. We play Golden State really close together. We play them twice in the next, I think, week and a half.
And then we're done for the year with them, right?
I hope so. I think it'll be interesting to see if they beat OKC's 75 points over us, the 2 victories they had over us. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But like you said, Nelson, it's high expectations here in LA. And even if expectations are dumbed down a little bit, he's going from a team that just won a championship, who was expected to contend again, and he's still killing it. They didn't start out this good last year, even with her. Mm-hmm. So they were historic last year, and they're historic this year, and he's just not screwing up. Something has to be said for that. I'm not gonna give him all the credit in the world because he does have great players, but
he's at least a competent coach, which at the very least that's what he is.
Yeah, and he knows a system already that would work for our players.
Yeah,
and he's one of those players. All the okay players usually turn out to be pretty good coaches because the game's so much harder for them.
Even back when he was playing, everyone was saying his IQ was outstanding. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm cutting up my steak.
You're fine. I'm a little jealous.
what I'm worried about, honestly, with Walton is, I mean, I don't know how good of a team we're gonna have next year. I mean, unless we get like maybe Whiteside and Barnes, luckily comes over here. I mean, there's not really much to play with, and I would hate to see him like fired because we have more bad seasons in the future.
We have Byron for 2 years. So.
Yeah, if they can go for Byron for 2 years, they'll be patient with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got into a long discussion last night after Jamie fell asleep, and I don't know if you saw it, Nelson, on Twitter. It's by actually the next guy we have a question with, though, but he's frustrated with the front office, and I honestly, like, we always have this conversation. Front office is good aside from Byron.
Yeah, but it's starting to get so bad.
It's terrible. He wants big changes, which a big change would be head coach, and I don't think Mitch isn't going anywhere.
No, shouldn't.
Mitch isn't going anywhere. Sorry, but
I think he has a chance to maybe leave. I mean, not as a good replacement to replace Mitch. You know, Mitch is doing good things on the team, but.
Do you want to know his possible replacement if for some reason they're stupid enough to let him go? He's in New York, and we just talked about him.
I don't know if he'll come back here.
Anyway.
Yeah. He would come back.
Yeah, I think he will. His contract's got what, 2 more years on it?
I mean, Jeannie's his fiance.
Yeah.
Which they've been a fiance for a decade, so whatever.
Yeah, but him and Jim Buss have had a little, disagreements, you could say.
But at least Jim Buss gets out of his way, unlike Dolan.
Yeah.
Jim's not making the calls on stuff.
He signs the piece of paper at the end that
exactly. Like he might fancy himself a GM, but he's not Jerry Jones. Like
no.
Yeah. Oh no.
So yeah. But anyways, back to what he was saying. He wants them to sign guys, and if we don't sign people, it's a failure. Like his B-level free agents were Nick Batum and Hassan Whiteside, which those guys are really A-level free agents. Honestly, like I said in our very first podcast, and I think I even mentioned last time, I don't think Batum's coming.
No, yeah.
I think he wants to win somewhere. I could see Whiteside coming because, of course, he just wants his cash. But
I don't want to pay him that much.
No, I know. Well, because he's just a knucklehead. A guy that I think I would be really interested in, if you can pry him away, would be Ezeli from Golden State. I think if anyone's being pulled away, it might be him, not Barnes. I don't see Barnes.
I know. They're going to do everything they can to keep Barnes.
Yeah, I mean, they play Draymond at the 5 so much anyways. Like, they can develop someone.
Barnes is part of their lineup of death. I think they're calling on Twitter, where it's Steph, Clay, Barnes, Draymond, and Iggy.
It's that lineup had something like a net rating of 80.
Yeah, over like 20 games too. It wasn't a small sample.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 17 after when. Well, I mean, not much of a difference, but I think that's when. I think that's when Barnes rolled his ankle or whatever. But,
he might be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course he'll be back tomorrow.
Steph came back today, so here we go again.
I think Steph should just, he really needs to rest that. He needs to be ready for the playoffs.
Honestly, though, I think this is the Lakers are a team that they'll rest him against.
Yeah, they should. That's who the Lakers are right now.
Yeah, we're the worst team in the Western Conference.
I mean, Ian Clark has looked okay. He's looked pretty good. Yeah. They've made anyone look good.
Yeah.
Okay, to the next question. He's known as the Broding Lotus. He also wanted to be called the Black. Yeah, he wanted to be called the Black Lotus. He wanted our opinions on Mitch's comments yesterday, and I'm assuming it was a season tickets.
Yep.
Thing, Chalk Talk. Pink has had the quotes. He was paraphrasing, so I'm paraphrasing from him, and I think I've got like one actual quote. First one was Mitch said the year is dedicated to Kobe and his farewell tour. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's
I get it.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Don't I don't. You're hindering the youth. So, yeah.
This year, I actually thought it would be like all about the youth. Like, I actually legitimately thought that. Like, I thought there's no way he's playing Brandon Bass at the center. There's no way he's starting Lou Will. No way D'Angelo falls out of the starting lineup. And there was like rumors and whispers that he might not start opening day. I'm like, oh, if he does that, Spurs gonna go on fire. But I mean, it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, it happened. But I'm really worried where the team's going. I don't really see a clear path. I know D'Angelo and Julius and Clarkson, that's a great core to build off of. But as far as the front office and free agents, like, it's not clear. Our draft picks are all protected really high. This year we might get ours, but next year it's going to be hard.
I almost want to lose our pick this year. Isn't next year's draft supposed to be better?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that top three's loaded.
Yeah. So I mean, if we lose our pick, there's no. It's our pick next year, right?
It's our pick.
Yeah.
Problem is then if you want to get really, I mean, that draft is next year's deep and good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, do you want the high pick or would you rather be bad again next year?
I think we're gonna be bad again next year, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm meaning like,
Well, if we get a new coach and then an extra year of Russell and Randall, it's got to be at least 10 to 15 wins, right?
Yeah, and Whiteside. If we get Whiteside, it might be a couple more wins.
You're looking at hopefully next year like 34, which could get. That's still a lottery.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
That's still a lottery team.
Yep.
Still a lottery team, and who knows? Lottery's crazy. After that one, he talked about Clarkson isn't leaving, so all you Lakers fans, Lakers fans, stop fretting.
Yep.
He was never leaving.
Never.
Ever. The only way he's moving is if we package him.
Yep.
And
which I don't think they will at this point. Yeah, I can know.
Or if we trade, or if we get the number 3 pick, and then we've drafted Dunn or Murray, we might trade Clarkson.
That's something that definitely would intrigue me. But
I don't know those names, but sure.
Chris Dunn and Jamal Murray. I would take Dunn over Murray. Murray's a lot younger because I think Dunn is Dunn a senior? He's a junior.
I think he's a junior.
Okay. Murray's a lot younger, obviously, since he's a frosh, but he can't shoot. So. And Dunn is a better defender. And Savasini today posted a picture of Dunn next to his teammates. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Asking if he was only 6'4" and the other guy was 6'9", and they were almost, they were like 2 inches apart.
He can play off ball?
He's not a terrible shooter. He's better than Murray. He's a good defender. He can push in transition. He can back you down in the post. I mean, that's just going off of quick looks.
Yeah. I worry about his play. Like, he plays sporadic at times. Like, he loses control of the ball often. He kind of reminds you of Clarkson, but a better version of Clarkson.
Yeah. So essentially, what you're doing, if you're trading Clarkson and drafting Dunn at 3, then you're looking at just replacing him.
Yeah, it's a marginal upgrade, and then whatever you get.
It's a potentially incredible upgrade.
Oh yeah, big upgrade, and then whatever you get back for Clarkson.
Yeah. That's. It was good to hear though from Mitch saying that he's not leaving.
Very good.
I mean, I don't think anyone should have really worried about that. That deal, like, even if they sign him to the Max Arenas extension,
still bargain.
It's 4 years, and I think like 80. No. 4 years and like 56 million.
Yeah, and the first 2 years are like.
Yeah, they're like
right?
They're less than. I think the first year's less than 2 million, and then I think the next one is less than 4 million. Yeah. So even though the last 2 years are ballooned up into maxes for the scale, they're a lot. I think what are they 24 million at that time? It doesn't matter. Those first 2 years make that deal stupid good. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is I'm quoting Pincus off of his Twitter from what he said from Mitch. Hard to pitch last summer on Randall's 15 minutes rookie DR and probably retiring Kobe. Everyone should have realized that last year. That's why I was
believe too much in the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was not pissed about losing LaMarcus, who would have been actually a really bad fit for me. Especially since he likes to slow down the game and he didn't want to run the 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would have been nice for other guys, but they waited too long again on LaMarcus.
Mm-hmm.
They did recover well though. They might have only gotten like a C+ in free agency, but that's not failing. They got quality guys in return after waiting too long on him. The next one was don't spend just to spend. I am hoping that means for DeMar DeRozan because I do not want that fool.
I actually hasn't his 3-point shot improved this year?
No, it's like less than 25%.
Yeah, his shot selection is more new ball friendly this year, but his percentages haven't.
Oh yeah, no,
changed.
I mean he's mid-range game all day. I haven't watched a Toronto game other than when we played them. Defenses apparently everyone likes, but according to with Basketball Breakdown, Coach Nick, he said he questioned, does anyone really think DeRozan is a good defender? And the entire timeline below that was no. I mean. So what value are you bringing to me?
Yeah.
And like I said, you're going to have to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, probably max.
Max probably pretty close to
that. And like I said the last pod, I'm not paying him anything over 17 or 18 million.
Yep.
Even then I want it. I mean I literally wouldn't even invite him for a meeting. But, Yeah. Then the next one of course was pick is murky. But it's you still want it for a player or trade asset, which
I hope they keep an open mind to trading.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to trade it. If it's 3, maybe. One you don't trade it obviously because you get the player.
One or two you don't trade it because 1 or 2 right now clearly it's Simmons or Ingram.
Yeah.
3 no one knows. Especially for us, no one knows. So my only thing is, it better be one hell of a deal.
Yeah.
Well, knowing Mitch, if it's a trade, Lakers aren't going to get beyond the short end.
I haven't really seen. Has he had a bad trade recently?
The Steve Nash trade.
The what?
The Steve Nash trade, which was.
It's only bad in hindsight, though.
Yeah, exactly. At that time, it wasn't like we said in the first podcast. I think it was that.
Yeah.
At the time, that deal was great.
Yeah, you can find a person that didn't like it.
Yeah, even though I didn't want an old point guard, I was I can see that for 3 years.
I was iffy on it at best.
Yeah. Dwight was a good trade, even though I can't stand him.
He might
just
come
for
back.
not giving Bynum the max. That's.
He might come back though, guys. I mean, he has a player option. We can invite him for a meeting.
Oh, he's opting out. Yeah.
Oh no, he's opting out. He's out of this.
Someone is going to be dumb and give him that 5-year, $170 million contract.
If Hassan Whiteside leaves, I think we're going to Miami.
I can see that. Yeah.
I could see that. Oh, but I don't know if Pat Riley would want to pay him that much.
Nah,
could he go back home? Do you think the Magic would take him back?
I don't know. There's one team out there that would be stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah, there absolutely will be.
Because even the first year or two might be still
worth it. Yeah,
still worth it. But then after that, you're just no thanks.
Yeah.
He's like Roy Hibbert now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only other move that I could think of, which even now doesn't look so bad. He would be better underneath a better coach. Was Nick Young. I hated that deal. It wasn't a trade, obviously. It was a signing. That extension I hated from right off the bat. But now in the new cap, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's what, $5 million?
Yeah, it's 5.
And
So,
it's nothing.
I mean, next year's cap is going to be 90, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's nothing. After that, Mitch commented, apparently he's been talking to Byron and said Russell makes a ton of mistakes. He does. He makes a lot of mistakes.
Rookie mistakes. Every rookie.
Exactly. And you've got a guy who is flashy. Like, if you didn't want a guy that just played it safe, then I don't know who you would have taken.
Okafor.
Porzingis?
No, Porzingis has some flash in him though. Like he'll do a put back dunk. Yeah,
who, by the way, is living off of a 2-week hot stretch.
Yeah, he has not been as good.
No.
I would still take him over Okafor any day.
Oh, yeah.
I
think Okafor falls out of the top 10. Honestly, like I don't really see him as a top 10 prospect.
In a redraft.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not going first 2. He's not going. I doubt he would go 3 because I think
Porzingis has 3 locked up.
Yeah,
I think Moutier goes to Philly.
That would be an interesting one too.
Yeah.
Even though he has been, I loved Moutier. He was my favorite draft prospect. Yeah, I know. I didn't think
can't shoot.
I didn't think the shot was as broken.
Yeah.
As it is. He still has his ceiling still is insane. Yeah, he could go to Philly.
It would have been better for Philly.
Yeah.
Even with how he is now, he would have been better for him.
Oh. Yeah. They're stuck, man. Like they've got like. Oh yeah.
Ish Smith makes as big a difference as he is, just being a point guard that can be on the court.
Do you think they're kicking themselves after that one?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okafor maybe would be if Porzingis has 3 locked up, maybe Okafor to New York.
Yeah.
Phil would have loved him.
Phil would have liked him in the triangle.
He'd actually be pretty good for a triangle. He's a pretty decent passer.
Yeah, I mean, we bag on Okafor. He's not as bad as.
No, just his defense is so bad it overshadows everything.
Yeah, and if they would have signed Robin Lopez to like teach him.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, Russell makes his mistakes. He's flashy. Like, I'll live with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. The next one and his last question or Mitch's last comment that I noticed a lot was conflicted about draft pick protection and team winning, but players and coaches are told to win and let chips fall. That's fine for the players. You should never tell your players.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't even really tell your coach to lose. I mean, I don't
have to tell Byron to lose.
You know what? But my whole thing is like, what that one meant to me was just Byron. You need to play if anything, I would have been like, Byron, you need to play young guys. I don't. Which
he's said before.
Yeah, play the young guys. Like Anthony Brown starting for Kobe when Kobe's hurt is not
playing the young guys.
Playing the young guys.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, since that topic is kind of done already, Kobe is still obviously dealing with that sore shoulder. Guess what Byron said he didn't worry about?
Yeah, he's not even worried about the shoulder.
I'm not worried about a sore shoulder.
The go-to option on offense.
It's like, come on. Like, he just had, like, he's walking around grabbing it half the time he's on the court.
Yeah, especially the last, week or two. I noticed it a ton. Every play stoppage, he's, grabbing at it, trying to massage it down.
What was the last game of the road trip?
Boston was the last game he played, right?
Yeah. If you look back at that one before they brought him in after icing his shoulders, which was stupid. he was grabbing at it then.
I noticed that when I was watching it whenever I'd pass by a TV at work, and I saw Kobe grab at it multiple times. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Kobe's like one more dunk away from like being done at this point.
he's not dunking anymore. I don't think he will.
I don't know, man. He's just playing off of ego now. I mean, he's playing a lot better than he was. And like I said on the last podcast, I said that hopefully we were seeing something better. He's looked a lot better since our very first podcast, but
I just think he's gonna have peaks and valleys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's 37 years old, so.
Yeah.
But if he plays like just what he's been, even just a little less, I'd be happy with that. I mean, he's 37 years old, coming off all those injuries.
Yeah.
Also, was it Clarkson that said that Kobe's been really good with the young guys, or was that Mitch that said it in his comments? Somebody within the last couple of days said that Kobe's been better with the young guys, and he's always with them in their ear, helping them out.
I don't know who exactly made it, but I mean they've been saying that though for a while. Yeah. And you can see on the bench, D'Angelo is always next to Kobe.
Always.
Except last night.
Well, yeah.
Did you guys see the two pictures of D'Angelo and Julius?
Oh, yeah.
Randall especially. I mean, he was 2 seats away from Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, Randall, even when he plays, shows his emotion. He's very emotions on his sleeve.
Yeah. That GIF the other night of him just sitting on the bench where he didn't blink for like 15 seconds. Ridiculous. You're not blinking. Come on. This isn't in the round table, but I do want to talk about it. I think you touched on it, and I've been touching on it for weeks. I've said it since even the first Philly game. Byron has lost the locker room.
Yeah.
It's over. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
it's public now.
Oh yeah, Julius went like he didn't even talk to the media yesterday. By the time they were allowed in the doors,
he was gone.
I don't know if it was Pincus or is it Breshman?
It was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bresnan. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll look your name up in just a second, guy. I don't remember what it is. But one of them was talking about how he just left.
Yep.
He obviously he's a guy that plays with his heart on his sleeve, but he left. Like, I think he could get fined for that.
I'm pretty sure it is a fine if you don't talk to the media.
Which I don't think he really cares much about that. But that's just Mike Bresnahan. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was the one that was saying it, but he's lost the locker room, man. Like, Lou probably loves him because Lou just gets to play and
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, Kobe can do whatever he wants, but Kobe's even realizing, like, dang, man, I need to coach these young guys up.
Yep.
Like, I've never seen Byron go up to one of the young guys on his own.
Nope.
Like, I've seen the young guys go up to him, which I have no idea why they even do that. But he just stands there. Like, he doesn't coach, Like, now you got your 2 prize lottery guys just
tuned out,
fuming at him. Like, I mean, I think D'Angelo has had him tuned out for a while.
Yeah.
After the benching, I remember they said that, like, he just laughed at Byron, like, when he found out that he was benched.
Yeah, D'Angelo's had the small quips in the media, the little one-liners.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I think
it's not as extreme with him because he's not as emotional as Randall. So when Randall finally happened to him, it makes headlines.
Well, and he defended himself today too.
Yep.
Like I said, it was Bresnahan.
Yep.
Randall's response, so from Bresnahan. Julius wasn't exactly a team player last night. Bottom line is like I told home before. You've got to grow up. Byron said that. And then Byron on Randall. The main thing I don't like is that when you take him out of games, how he reacts sometimes. Byron called it immaturity. Okay, so first off, make up your damn mind. Like, are you upset about it or do you not care? Because last night in your discussion with media, you said you didn't care.
Yep.
So which one is it, Byron? Like, are you pissed about it or do you not care?
And also Kobe, especially in his prime, whenever he got taken out, he would be visibly upset.
Right.
Any stars like that. When Durant gets taken out, he's visibly upset.
It's like, and after he had played, like, was he sucking on defense? Yeah, he wasn't good on defense. But like you said, those 2 rebounds, offensive rebounds, to stop, Phoenix for a bit at least.
Yep.
But no, it was D'Angelo and Julius's fault for how things ended up going, not Byron.
Yeah.
And then my favorite was Randall's response that he said to the media. I don't think there was defense on the court at all in the fourth, and Byron singled me out. I think it was a team thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And Byron called him out in the locker room, right, in front of everyone.
Oh yeah.
That's something you pull him aside and talk to him after the game.
And then he bragged about it.
Yeah.
When he was talking to the media.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh, okay. Well, the last one I've got written down. I know that we've got a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple more I have saved.
Yeah. One from Glenn on Twitter, at GlennF8535. We already talked about this. Would Luke Walton be a good coach for Lakers? Yes.
Yep.
There are other options, but yes, he would be a good coach.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're coming from the bottom, there's no way up. Nowhere to go but up.
Yep.
So I just butchered that, but all right, I'm on your Lakers polls. So
yep. I got one here from Donald Green at the Donald G NBA, which every Laker fan needs to be following him.
Yeah.
He's part of the Outsiders too, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
He's a very good follow.
Very, very good follow. Yep.
Yeah. Nice minds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that posts all the post-game stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Donald.
His question was, does Randall have a right to be frustrated, or should he just shut up and play?
I saw that one. Nelson, how about you say something first on that?
Oh. I'd honestly, I really don't care what Byron has to say. Like, if I was Julius Randle, if I was D'Angelo Russell, I'd just say fuck him. Like, really, at this point, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not surprised that they haven't, like, shown him the middle finger already. Like, he's not a good coach. He can't win a game. I mean, he can't really implement an offense. I mean, what can he really do? Why should you even be listening to him? Like you said, I think you should only listen to Kobe and Meta and the veterans that can provide a good influence. But after that, you shouldn't really care what Byron has to say. If he says run here, no, you run the other way. Because if you think that's what's right, I mean, if you want to run a pick and roll, then you run a pick and roll. I mean, don't let Byron stop you.
Yeah. The only thing I have to say about that was you also, as a player, don't want to develop a reputation as a coach killer.
Yeah. Darren Williams.
Yeah. But yeah, you go next, Jamie.
I was not okay, but I wasn't as upset about Randall getting benched last night until the post-game comments. And Randall does have a right to be frustrated, but maybe while he's still a rookie, basically, maybe tone it down a little bit with his frustrations when he comes out. He doesn't want to be seen as showing up the coach when he gets taken out, that kind of thing, even if it is Byron. So he has every right to be frustrated. Maybe tone it down a little bit. Also, some of it was on Byron. Like, his comments today was 100% based off what Byron said. It wasn't.
Yeah.
leftover anger from last night. It was the anger came back from Byron's comments. So that I get the comments today, but at least while he's new in the league, he should probably tone it back a little bit.
Yeah, he's practically like a rookie at this
Yeah,
point.
he's a rookie.
Yeah. Does Julius, I think he can be frustrated. Obviously, I would be frustrated in that situation if I was him. You would. I don't know. I want to, on one side, because of just how much I dislike Byron.
Yeah.
I just want to say, forget everything Byron says, and But then on the other side, like I said, you also don't want to be a coach killer.
Yeah.
And like you could develop that reputation as a coach killer, and that'll like
stick with you no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, like Darren Williams, still, like you said, still has that stigma on him. I mean,
I think Byron also needs to make sure he's not taking Randall's emotion away, because I think him playing with his emotion on his sleeve, kind of like Draymond Green does, which he today said that
I saw that
basically is what he wants to model himself after, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to help him. That emotion helps a lot of players, and I think he's one of those players where he needs to keep that emotion and passion throughout his whole career. So just got to find the middle ground sometimes.
I agree. You got to play the line. Unfortunately, But honestly, if crap like this keeps up,
yeah. I mean, at some point, it just boils over.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it was the Lakers Outsiders with Gary, and I've been calling him Honey. I think it's Honey.
I'm not sure.
The BLSS blog.
Yep.
If I've been pronouncing your name wrong, my bad, bro. Yeah, I think it was Gary said that maybe he could go to management and talk to it.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should. I mean, Russell and Randall are your future.
Yeah.
I mean, even
two most important pieces
right now. I mean, if in the future you draft Simmons and you are going to probably have to trade Randall, it like you can't really take that into effect right now, though.
Yeah.
You gotta go with the guys you have, and those are your two most important players right now. And if the coach has both of them,
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Byron is on a total like I don't really care about this team anymore. Like it's not that he doesn't care about the Lakers, but he doesn't really care about this team. Like he shows no emotion on the sidelines. He's not drawing up any plays because he really doesn't care. He knows that he's gone after this season, so he's like, I'm gonna try to get a couple wins, try to play the veterans, but these rookies, I don't really care about them.
Or he knows that he's staying.
Oh, don't even say it. Don't even.
Oh, please, no.
I know. I keep seeing people say that they think this goes back to the Black Lotus. He said that he doesn't think that the Lakers will fire him because of like public perception of that. Lakers fired Mike Brown after 5 games. Yes, they've gone through 3 coaches in 5 years now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
If you're going to all you guys have to do is just admit you made a mistake. You know? Like I think I've told him I think Byron should have been fired a long time ago. I've said it on here before. I've told other people he should have been fired. I could see him sticking out the year.
I think he is.
And then at the very end, they just let him go.
Yep. Well, yeah, and it'll be a mutual thing at the end of the season.
Yeah, because after this, Byron isn't going. Like he's never getting a coaching job again.
No, this is his last one. No.
Unless teams want a number 1 pick. I mean, that's something.
Yeah. Maybe Philly should hire him.
Oh, Byron and Philly, that'd be the best thing.
Well, we'll trade
Coaches right now,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, even you said it, Jamie. We'll trade coaches. Hornacek for
Yeah,
for
they're going to
Byron.
fire Hornacek anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Byron loves his vets. He's got Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Byron for Embiid.
Yeah. It's just Byron. You got a couple more, right?
Yeah, I have. Let's see. Should management step in and do anything about the Randall Byron dilemma from Justin21 LAL?
How about you go first, Nelson?
At this point, I don't really think management has anything on Byron. I think even if they would tell him to cool it down, I don't think he'd probably listen. Like I said, he's probably thrown away the season. He knows that he's going to be gone after the season, or he's staying, which I really hope he isn't. But I don't really think they could do anything. Maybe he might tone it down a bit because he does respect the Lakers front office. He does respect the Lakers, and he wouldn't want to make a fool of himself for too long or take it too far. But I think, yeah, I don't think they'd have that much to say.
Yeah,
What do you think? Jamie?
I think they've tried. They've through the media told them
Yeah.
to play the young guys, which means that they've absolutely told them in private to play the young guys more if they're going through the media already. I think he knows that they don't want to fire him during the season, and he probably thinks that playing Kobe a lot is appeasing the entire fan base because
It's appeasing Genie.
and it's appeasing Jeannie, who makes the final decision on everything, as we know.
Yeah. I joke, but I honestly do think she's terrible for the franchise. Everyone looks to her for some reason as like some savior for the Lakers, and
Because Dr. Buss liked her the best, so.
Yeah. She's a businesswoman. Like, she's there. I'm not being sexist at all. How am I? I don't want to make this sound terrible. She's there. Okay, she's a marketing executive. That's essentially what she is. Regardless of sex, she is a marketing executive, and the way that she has portrayed the Lakers in the past few years has actually killed our presentations. So, why on earth would she have like any say on actual basketball decisions?
She said the first year that they took over that she didn't want to be involved in player coaching decisions because she gets attached, and now she's involved in them and she's attached.
Yeah, I want to say Pincus has even said like that she would love to be able to hire her own staff. Like, what are you gonna do, Jeannie? Cut the entire front office? Like,
probably.
Yeah.
Like, good luck with that. Which a guy that the Black Lotus guy brought up was Ryan West. That guy, he's not making calls. Just so you know, he is not making the calls. But that guy is definitely an asset.
Yeah.
I do believe sometimes that there's a certain trait that family members have, and is he the son or is he the grandson of Jerry?
Grandson, I believe.
Yeah, because Jerry's what, like 80?
Yeah, he's old.
And Ryan, I think, is mid-30s. That would be Jerry would have been really old. But yeah, he's not making the calls.
No.
But like what you're telling me is that you're going to fire a guy that has won 5 championships in the last 15 years. That's won every 3 years. Yeah, I don't see where you would where you could reasonably say that it's his fault. And you've got a nice setup, but
yeah, I mean the Lakers are gonna be fine. It's rebuilding. Rebuilding takes time. New CBA, the Lakers can't just go get 3 big free agents.
Yeah.
Which they never really did anyway.
No, and I told that to the guy too.
That's never been the Lakers' MO.
Look back at everyone that is dying about how Lakers go in free agency. The last big free agent we signed was Shaq, and that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. And that's because Shaq wanted to be in movies more than
Exactly.
necessarily the Lakers.
That was before all the collective bargaining agreements that there are now. That he was making like $30 million a year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if there was a salary cap back then. Like,
there was, but it was a soft cap. You could go over, I believe, as much. You just had to pay a tax.
Yeah. So yeah, he wanted to rap.
Yep.
He wanted to be in Kazam. Like, I mean, he wanted to pursue his brand, and it was there or New York. And at the time, New York still had Ewing, right?
Yep.
So he wasn't going there. So the other only giant market,
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. So even then, like, go back farther than Shaq. Worthy, Hall of Famer, drafted. Magic Johnson, Hall of Famer, drafted. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hall of Famer, possibly greatest of all time, traded for.
Yep.
George
Been
Mike.
trade or draft.
Yeah, trade or draft. I mean, how did we get Paul Gasol? Like, we didn't sign him in free agency. Like, we re-upped him.
Yeah.
But, like, who honestly thought he was leaving?
It's been good drafting, big trade, and then you draft the holes.
Yep. And honestly, like, everyone that keeps saying, like, Russell and Randall in a trade, look at their history. We don't trade high draft picks.
No.
For Gasol, look at who we traded. Like, I mean, that was just like Jerry West saying, "Here you go, guys."
Yeah, that was a little helper.
We gave him Crittenton, who was, I believe he was the 26th overall pick.
Yeah, something like that.
He was late first. We gave up the rights to Marc Gasol, who at the time no one knew if he was going to be good.
Yeah, he's still a little chubster that.
Yeah.
Wasn't NBA ready.
Yeah, I mean, we gave up potential. We didn't give up our potential big guys.
Bynum. Yeah, Bynum, which is.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only big guy we've ever given up, and that was after he already won us 2 championships, where he was becoming a malcontent.
And there's no way the Lakers didn't know he was about to fall apart.
Yeah.
They absolutely were about to fall apart.
Exactly, like that knee and back issue, or. Was it a back issue?
No, it was just both knees.
Just both knees. So, look at the history, guys. And even Lakers front office. I know you're not watching, but you don't solve problems through free agency.
No.
You draft and you trade. I mean, essentially like if you want to go off of the Pau Gasol trade, it was essentially us trading Larry Nance and Anthony Brown.
Yep.
Like,
and then Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
Somehow we have Anthony Bennett. We trade him too.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like, we didn't. Yeah. That would have been Anthony Bennett after he had won 2 championships and then bust.
Yeah.
So, So, I understand the frustration, but, like, don't come at me with, like. Well, I'll talk with it, but just, like, don't say that, like, the front office is a failure if we are, we don't have a history of that. Like,
I mean, championship teams, aside from the Heat, aren't built through free agency.
Yeah.
No.
When's the last championship team built through big free agent signings?
Tell me, Golden, like, we can go back the past few champions.
I mean, the Pistons is the closest, but none of those were huge free agents. They were just
Chauncey Billups before all that was nothing.
Yeah.
Like, he was a bust.
Yeah.
He was a bust. Rip Hamilton was
he was good, but he wasn't.
Well, I mean, he was a late lottery guy, I think.
Yeah.
Rashid was a trade, I believe, and Ben Wallace
undrafted.
Ben Wallace was undrafted. Like that. I mean, even then. So I mean, if you want to. The last few years, basketball. There's no parity in basketball. Sorry to break it to everyone.
No.
There's no parity in basketball.
Couple good teams every year.
Exactly. Golden State drafted Clay, Curry, Draymond. That's their core. They've traded for Bogut, and the one big signing that they do have is Iguodala.
Yep.
But he was
never. He's a sixth man. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean, max player. That's their leading scorer.
Exactly. San Antonio the year before. They traded for the rights of Kawhi from someone that they drafted.
Still a draft.
Yep. Tim Duncan, draft. Tony Parker, draft. Manu Ginobili, draft. Tiago Splitter, draft. Danny Green, who was
out of the NBA side.
Yeah, I mean, no one knew he was going to shoot like this.
Yep.
And defend like this, even though he's having a down year.
Yeah.
Before them, Miami, the only team.
Yeah.
Only team, and that was only because those three guys were best friends.
And they got one of the top 5 players in NBA history to join their team. Those aren't just out there.
And all three of those guys at the time were top 15. I mean, and that's even probably higher than that. I would, because
people forget how good Chris Bosh is.
Yeah, well, everyone's kind of down, I think, or they're either down or too high on Wade. Their first title was the last year of
Wade being good.
He's a good player, but he's not a superstar anymore.
No,
he's not a go-to option anymore.
He's a superstar name. That was the last one.
Yep.
Before them, it was Dallas and Nowitzki.
Tyson Chandler was their big.
Yeah, but I don't even think he was on a crazy deal, was he?
No, he wasn't. No, he was just the biggest name for them.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't think of anyone else from that team. J.J. Barea.
Old Jason Kidd.
Oh, yeah, old Jason Kidd. Which I think did they trade for him? I mean, but he was old, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That was all Dirk. Like, that was
Dirk one of the greatest playoff runs.
Yeah.
They came out of the blue.
Exactly. Then the year before Dallas was Lakers, and
Kobe.
Talk about draft and trade. The only guy decent size contract that we signed was Artest.
Yeah.
But even then, if you look back at it, I think it was only a 5-year, $30 million deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's nothing. I mean, back then that was a decent sized deal.
Well, he was 4th best player, 5th best
exactly.
player.
So I mean, he wasn't scoring for us like Kobe was. I mean, he wasn't brought in to be our number 1 player.
Nope.
Then of course the year before that, Lakers. The year before that,
Lakers until '97, basically, except for the Pistons.
And Celtics. That's the only other.
Celtics.
And guess what they did? That was all trade and draft.
Trade and draft.
Like, they got Ray Allen for the 5th overall pick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who turned into Jeff Green, who they ended up getting later. And then they got Garnett for essentially Al Jefferson and I think Gerald Green and a hot mess of garbage.
Yep.
So what we're saying is teams aren't built through free agency unless you're getting LeBron James.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're bringing in all these top 10 guys.
Great, because we have Kevin Durant as a free agent, so now we're going to do that.
KD to LA. It's still alive.
I don't want to break anyone's heart, but that's not happening.
Not at all.
I think there's a chance because Kobe and him are kind of friends, but I mean,
he wants to win right now. He's 29 next year, 28 next year.
He's 27 right now.
Yeah.
He's 28. Look at what we have to offer him. We've got
one person, one writer. I can't remember which writer, but one of the Lakers writers that has like access or whatever. They did say that the only hope the Lakers have, which is still near zero, is sell him on bringing Westbrook with them the next year.
Yeah, but
even that's a hard sell because it's still like wasted year.
Yeah, and then what do you do?
What if Westbrook says no?
Yeah, I mean, next year's free agent class is much better, I believe. This year's free agent class is trash.
Would you try and sign Westbrook and then play him as a 2 next to Russell?
Yeah, that's what I would want. I think that's more realistic than KD coming to LA. Honestly.
Then Westbrook can just score away.
Because KD, other than Kobe, has no ties to LA.
No, none at all.
I mean,
Doesn't really care about the celebrity. He wants to be by himself.
Westbrook is he at least went to UCLA.
Yeah, he's a big flashy guy too. He lives in LA.
Is he from
I want to say he's from California.
Yeah, I think
so.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I mean, maybe Westbrook will place Chris Paul because I think Chris Paul's deal is over next year as well.
Clippers.
David's turn.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. They brought that up to Mitch again, and Mitch was like, "I'm done with it, but I have to keep commenting on it because y'all keep asking me about it." Yeah, you're going to build a championship through trades and wins.
Smart trades, smart drafts.
Exactly.
Which we have the GM for. So.
Yep. So you sign. You can sign free agents, but you don't have to sign KD to be a title contender.
Yeah.
You just have to let your youth develop.
Yep.
You know, make the smart trades. You know.
I think if the Lakers can get Cousins, because I think he's still available, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be traded to either Boston or somewhere. And if we get like maybe the 3-pick, package that with maybe Clarkson and Randall, I guess that'd be it.
No,
it's too much for me.
I saw a conversation on, or was I didn't saw. I heard a podcast where they were talking about Cousins, and I love Cousins. Cousins is probably a top 10 player.
Best big man.
I don't know if you're winning with him.
HP Basketball, I believe, was saying something along those lines too.
Yeah, I mean, could you win with him? Yeah, I mean, of course he's a great player, but then you got to think about this, okay? So if you do that deal, you deal Randall, you deal Clarkson. Well, one, you're facing them all the time.
4 times. Yep.
Which I don't think they would really want to deal with Randall all the time. You're banking that you're getting your top 3 pick next year.
Yeah.
And then you're hoping if you're dealing Randall, you're probably hoping for Simmons. Maybe that's a fit. I don't know, because as you know, I've said before, Simmons isn't a great shooter. He's got a good free throw percentage, so maybe he'll start to be able to develop a mid-range.
Yeah, his shot's not broken. It just needs to be adjusted because he shoots it falling down.
It's not broken, but it's definitely not. It's not close in my opinion.
Oh no.
No, a couple years, few years.
He shot a free throw a couple weeks ago. Or no. Yeah, it was about a week ago. Someone said, if Ben ever hopes to be able to shoot from any sort of range, he better not shoot it like that free throw I just saw. So
yeah, in the Vanderbilt game, which I was tweeting, I saw him shoot, and it was a fadeaway shot, but he shoots it falling down. So I guess if he was shooting like going up, that helped him a bit. But yeah, I think it's like 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Someone even said on, I want to say it was Anthony Irwin. He was from the Silver Screen and Roll. Well, shoot, he's on so many.
He's on everywhere, yeah.
Like he's like the
Dodgers Nation editor-in-chief.
Yeah. Go Anthony.
Yeah.
Pay for your house with that blogger money, just like you always say with Will Bond. Good for you. I think we all are jealous. But oh, great. I paused.
What are you talking about? He was in a discussion with somebody about Simmons. Is that where you were going?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
2 days ago.
Yeah, thank you. I knew I was going to do
I read that whole thing. Yeah, that whole conversation.
There we go, thanks. Someone posted a video, I want to say it was Anthony, of him in the gym shooting. No one around him, just like practice. Shot was bad. Great. Like, even in practice, like, I understand, like, you draft him, you trade Randall, you're just kind of hoping for him to just progress faster.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Simmons is a better Randall, essentially.
Yeah.
Because
He does everything Randall does, just better.
a little bit better, and he's a little taller. But
and a little more athletic, yeah. Just
Yeah.
a little bit more everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I actually think he's a way better passer. That's just me.
I think Randall could be a really good passer
Randall's a great passer
It's
when
just-
he does it.
when he does, exactly.
When he doesn't have tunnel vision, yeah.
But I think that also goes back to coaching.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like
yeah. I mean, at this point, Randall probably thinks he has to go in and score, get 20 and 10 in 15 minutes, or he's going to be benched.
yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah, D'Angelo's chucked him too. That could be why.
They're just, you know.
We're the Lakers.
Yeah, go Lakers. Okay. Well, let's. I think there was a couple more questions.
A lot of them were repeats.
Okay.
Byron, what about Byron's job? What about Julius and Byron?
Right? Someone said right to be frustrated, but shut up and play. I'm sorry, Jello was jiggling. That's.
Here's one, and I know Nelson's a little bit different from us on here. Can D'Lo and Clarkson coexist? If so, what do you see them producing on a daily basis in the future? Nelson, you want to go first?
Oh, yeah.
I know you have a different opinion.
Yeah, I actually think that they cannot play together because I think that they both need the ball to be successful. And Clarkson has improved as a shooter. He is a better three-point shooter, but I think with him and the ball attacking like he does, running the break, that's where he's more successful. I mean, I haven't really seen that many Laker games because I've been doing homework and stuff like that, but I'm not sure that they can work. I mean, we haven't really seen them play together that much, maybe like a couple 5-10 minutes a game because of Byron's great rotations. But I think maybe with more playing time, the chemistry would build. I mean, they're great friends off the court. There's no doubt about that, but I'm not so sure on the court.
We talked about this last podcast, right, Jamie?
Yeah, it was one of the first two.
Yeah,
Might have been the last one.
I think it was with TJ. If Jordan can keep up the outside shooting, which kind of vanished,
Shannon Brown does.
if he can go back to be able to shooting, yes, they can play together. Even if the shooting isn't as, say, around 38%, because that's above league average. Let's say he can shoot about that good. That helps, and then he needs to learn how to cut.
Yep.
It is
Russell
hilarious.
will find him if he cuts.
Yeah. Russell will find you before you even know you're open. That's the thing. Like,
and D'Angelo's a great cutter too.
That's
Yes.
someone another podcast. I don't remember who.
There's so many of them.
There's so many of them now. How is it that Russell, a point guard, is our best cutter?
He's our best a lot of things this year.
Yeah.
His basketball IQ is insane.
Yeah.
If you still don't think that Russell was the right pick,
Man.
you're either insane or you just don't.
Or your feelings got hurt that they didn't pick Okafor.
That's a.
If Jamie was still mad about that, I'd be leaving Lakers polls and going to Tank to win.
No, that's going back to mine and Jamie's conversation. Yeah, I messaged Jamie earlier and I said that Peak has found a way to put down Randall even. Like, good job. Like, you're Byron in the media.
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to give props to Anthony Brown, but at the same time, he put Randall down. So.
Oh yeah, and he's been talking bad about Russell too, like the entire preseason and like the regular season.
Oh yeah. Since day one, he just.
Yeah.
He has a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
I think there's. I always go back and say Pincus is smart. He's a good reporter, but when it comes to opinions, he's dying on the wrong hills.
Yeah.
So, you're siding with the coach and you're going after the two future pillars of your,
Who aren't going to want to give him a quote in the future when he needs one.
No, why?
Because they know what he's saying. There's no way they don't. They're on social media. They know what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, D'Angelo knows because he's part of the Illuminati. Okay. And Don Julio is becoming part of it too. If you haven't seen his trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was either he got his feelings hurt or
something with access to the team.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know because before like I told Jamie, I don't believe I followed him before the draft. If I did, I didn't pay attention to him. Everything other than those two, he's and giving props to Byron. Everything else he's pretty good with. Like I think
he used to be one of my favorite Lakers beat guys.
Yeah, I mean now I think my favorite is Bresnahan or Bill Oram.
Mm-hmm.
Oram always gives him really good questions. And Byron of course looks at him like he's an idiot and I'm like, Byron, you look like the jackass. Good job. Well, what?
Oh, I don't know. My mom just I guess I don't know.
Nelson's being yelled at again. It's past his bedtime.
Yeah.
Did we have any more questions?
That was the last one that I had saved.
Okay. I didn't get any other ones that before I went. I was out doing stuff today, so I wasn't able to put it out there as much.
Yep, same here.
One thing I did see while I was looking through your mentions was someone said they found it interesting that this is happening during a three-game win streak.
Exactly.
Which
should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's just one, we played bad teams.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Boston should have smashed us, honestly.
Yeah. That was an emotion game.
Yeah.
Everybody played out for Kobe.
Yeah. I think Celtics fans got crushed when Boston was cheering for Kobe.
Yeah.
My Celtics buddy was like, we did that on purpose. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Wait, I thought Marcus Smart was better than Julius Randle. I mean, wasn't that all the draft?
Thank you, Boston. Thank you.
Oh, I know. I mean, I still like Smart.
I do like Smart, but
I would.
Yeah, another guy that can't shoot.
Yeah. If it's with between him and Clarkson, at least Smart can defend really well.
Oh yeah, lockdown.
Would you trade Smart for Clarkson?
I don't know.
I think on a championship team, he could be like a Iguodala who can't shoot, who can't do anything except like lock down like your one main guy. Like he can lock down. I think he can lock down.
Iguodala though is always an athlete. Well, I mean, Smart's an athletic freak too, but like Iggy, at least the past few years, he's been able to nail that corner three.
Yep.
Yeah.
One last one that I remember. I can't remember who it was by. I know it was in your mentions. And I don't know if I wrote it down. They were asking trades and like who we would trade and where like what we would try and go after. We keep talking about that.
Anything for any sort of pick.
Yeah, a pick or a young
guy. Yeah.
A young guy that we need. Like I keep going back to like a Clarkson for Noel or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Noel has more value, so we'd have to give him up something as well. But I think
maybe Clarkson and Nance would be probably like for Noel. I think that'd be a pretty reasonable deal.
Be interesting.
Because they need a guard badly. So
yeah, I mean, and if you're gonna keep Okafor, you're gonna need a 4 to go next to him, and I think Nance would be a decent fit.
Yeah.
I like to keep all of our young guys, but
me too.
I think there's a couple redundant guys that would be Clarkson and Nance seem to be those guys. Yeah, I just can't think of any like young centers out there besides like I can't think of any besides like Noel. Rumored a couple weeks ago was Brandon Bass for Miles Plumlee from the Bucks. That would have been kind of interesting because he at least sets a screen and can roll.
And he's tall enough to play the center position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And he's athletic, so you don't lose much with the size like you do with Hibbert.
Those Plumlee bros know how to apparently just be athletic. Athletic white guys. I do have to say, Nelson, though, I don't know if you listened to the first pod, or the last one. Dario Soriano, Forum Blue and Gold, said that Bass has actually been really good at center lately for us, which is still incredible.
Especially on defense, which is the crazy part.
He's active, so.
A guy that just popped up to my head, Gorgie Dang.
I've always been a fan of his.
I like him.
He's a shot blocker. I don't know much of him on offense, but I know that he can block shots.
Yep.
And that's something that we need.
He's not a liability on offense, so.
Yeah. I mean, if we had to, I don't know what we'd have to give up for him, but
I think it'd be like him, and they'd be the package deal with Mohammed for like.
I don't even know, what does the Wolves need? They've got young guys everywhere.
Yeah.
I know. They're honestly what they just need is just time.
A coach. They need a coach. That's what they need.
Yeah, Mitchell is pretty bad.
Yeah.
He is.
I think they just lost to the Sixers right now.
Yep. Sixers won again.
Oh yeah, tank watch, baby.
Road to the #1 pick.
Is that 4 wins for Philly now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Ish Smith and D'Antoni. There you go.
And Mike D'Antoni's going to get them some wins.
Oh no, I totally agree. I didn't comment on D'Antoni when you brought him up, Nelson. I would love that. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It would be really nice. But
when the Lakers hired him, I thought like he'd be the perfect offensive guy. Like put him on the bench with the offense. Oh, that'd be.
I honestly can't remember what I thought back then when he was our coach. Because I think in the past like year I've really like I've been into like advanced stats in baseball and in football, but like basketball was just kind of like I never like really paid attention to it. So like in the last year I feel like I've just gotten a lot smarter in that. And I want to say that I knew that we were going to be great on offense, bad on defense, and that the players weren't going to like him. Because he wants to implement his system. I wish we could bring him back. Not happening, but he will get.
Oh, he's gonna have a job.
He's gonna get them wins.
And as the NBA goes more and more to small ball, it's gonna be more and more valuable.
I am 90 to 95% sure that next year he's going to be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah, probably on a playoff team.
Phoenix, I think Phoenix. They said that
he would be good in Minnesota.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Towns able to shoot threes. All of those athletic guys.
Rubio's like one of the worst shooters in the NBA. Right
Rubio
now.
doesn't got to shoot. He just got to run fast and pass.
No.
Yeah. Carlton Towns on a 3-point shot.
Who do you think is going to be the bigger star, Cat or Wiggins?
Towns.
Wiggins.
I'm split. I have no idea. I have loved Wiggins since.
I love Wiggins.
The first article that I ever read about Wiggins, I was just like, oh, I love this dude. I just got like a feeling from him. Like maybe it was just because I was like, oh, hype. I don't know what it was, but I could have told you during his freshman year that he was still going to go #1 overall. Yeah. The only reason why he would have been Embiid. It wasn't going to be Parker. People. Jabari was not going to. You go with the guy that's got the most potential, and he by far, in my opinion, had the most potential.
I just say Towns because he's got a unique skill set.
He is.
Wiggins will be a great player, but we've had a lot of great perimeter players
Yeah, I was hoping that that Wolves would draft Okafor. I was praying
dude.
the
I
entire
thought they were
time.
going to.
Yeah, in the lottery, I heard that there was a rumor that they were like forced to, or like they were leaning towards Okafor. I was like, oh, Karl Anthony Towns to the Lakers.
Oh yeah, no. Flip, may rest in peace.
Yeah.
Supposedly was all in on Okafor after winning the lottery, but then obviously they
Worked out Towns and were like,
I'll shoot three, and then they're like, ooh, we
Well, I
can't.
mean, a 7-footer that can literally do everything.
yeah.
I mean, dude is a freak. I don't know. I think Wiggins needs to shoot better, but I'm probably leaning Cat right now. Both of them are stupid young still, though. Like, has Wiggins even turned 21 yet?
No, he's still 20.
Oh my God.
That, like I said earlier, all they need is time. That team is going to be crazy.
My only hope is that management over there messes up and they leave.
Yeah. But that's why I think like Gorgie Dang could like be had.
Yeah. He's kind of not fully in their rotation right now, I believe. They just don't have
Yeah, I mean
time for him.
They still play KG. They have to play Pekovic with that contract. I mean, they don't have to, but
they have to.
Owners always feel like they have to, and after they give out that type of money. Yeah, that would be one guy. Well, that and then they have Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah, that guy. I still don't know how Atlanta pulled the first-round pick from Minnesota.
Yeah, so he's at 24 minutes a game right now, but 9 points a game on 53% shooting.
I'll take that.
A block and a steal.
Yeah,
in only 24 minutes.
Poor man's Noel. I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, because right now what we need is a 3 and a 5, more than anything. You hope for Anthony Brown to develop, but you would have hoped that he would shown more by now.
Yep.
Then again, I mean, like that still could be a process of Byron. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need a 5. All right. Well, I think we've run out of questions, and I think it's Nelson's bedtime. So.
Mine too.
Gotta start doing homework now, guys. Come on.
It's midnight for you over there, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Just about.
I got one more week of freedom though, then school starts back up.
I got an email yesterday that my class starts. So yeah, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you got anything coming up, Nelson? Do you know which one of your scouting reports are you coming up with next?
Actually, it's going to be a big board this time, ranking my top 10.
Nice. I like that. You, Jamie, other than hopefully we'll get another podcast.
Yeah, hopefully another podcast. Nothing writing. No time right now.
Yeah. I don't think people realize like a good piece takes time.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
A couple hours of research.
Yeah, I mean, and then you gotta write it, and then you gotta send it out, or if you're the editor, you gotta edit it, you know. So, and I don't like short form articles. Like, I rarely. I mean, if you go on when I was writing a lot, most of our stuff was like feature type pieces.
That's what I like to write too.
Yeah.
So
editorials.
Yeah, I mean, it's just these are honestly, I think it would be cool to like just do like a podcast network type thing.
Yeah.
Get us all going, you know. So.
Cover more draft stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
that's going to be a podcast that does not include me.
Well, you said that you got to get involved in that now. So.
Even when I try though, you saw my selections from the last few years.
Well, hey.
He's saying Ingram's over Simmons, which is really starting to make me worry.
Well,
Taco Fall over all three of them. So.
I have Ingram over Simmons. But you had Okafor over everyone, and
by a lot. Like I thought Okafor was going to be a superstar.
But then before that, you had Embiid, didn't you?
I did have Embiid. Embiid
So, I mean,
somewhere by 2.
in hindsight, you can't fault that one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, no one knew that he was going to break, or it
I also
didn't.
had MKG though, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
He was literally gonna be the next Hakeem, like, and it was like the game was so similar.
Embiid, you know.
Yeah.
I liked MKG. Me and Cole Z Wicker or whatever is the NBA cap strategist. I think we're the presidents of the MKG fan club.
Oh, I loved him. Yeah.
If he could ever, I mean, his shot is actually starting to come along pretty well. Last year, he wasn't a guy that you could just be 10 feet away from anymore.
Yep.
I just didn't think Anthony Davis would be this good.
No, yeah. I thought he'd be okay, but not like.
That was about the time, because that was what, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
This is 4th year. Yep.
yeah. So that was the last year where I stopped paying attention to like a sure thing.
Yeah.
Like, who is the more sure thing? Probably MKG, because he can play incredible defense. But I didn't take into account that Anthony Davis was previously a 6'4" guard who grew to 7 feet in like a summer and kept all of his skills. So yeah, I don't. In hindsight, it looks bad, but at the time, I don't think it was as bad.
Yeah. I thought he was a lock for the number 1 pick, though. I didn't think no one was gonna pass.
Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was.
I knew he was going to be number 1. I just thought MKG was going to be star.
Yeah. I mean, if he could ever just start shooting from 3, he could be a star.
Yep.
So, but he's kind of just lost behind the Kimba train and Charlotte.
Ooh. Yeah.
So it doesn't help that he's out now for the year, so no one even remembers.
Yeah.
Except Charlotte, who's wishing that he was there, so they didn't have to play Batum at the 2.
Yeah.
But it'll come. So yeah, that's what I got. We'll set up another podcast hopefully here soon.
Yep. Very soon, hopefully.
We'll I don't have anything else writing like Jamie. Like I said, I want to just kind of get more into a podcast networking type thing, and yeah, like I love it.
Yeah, podcasts are fun.
Yeah. So, well, I think that's about it, fellas. You all have a great night, and let's hope that the Lakers don't lose by 50 tomorrow.
You know they probably will.
Russell's first triple-double comes tomorrow night. Mark it up.
Yeah, and he'll have to do it in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And then Byron will still find something to complain about.
Yeah. We should go before we get back into that. we could probably just keep going on and on about that.
Yeah. Jamie said that was gonna be 30 minutes. It's been like 2 hours now.
I know. I've just kind of given up on.
That.
I like listening to longer podcasts, so
yeah.
Hopefully everyone enjoys it as well. So. All right, fellas. Well, y'all have a good night, and we'll have to schedule another one here soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, later, fellas.
See ya.
Yeah.